10,
Simple.
9, 8,
Simple,
7,
simple
6,
series. Who
5,
took the simple series?
4,
It's the simple series.
3,
What series?
2,
Simple series. You
1.
ever heard of simple series? It's Simple 2000.
Welcome back once again to the Simple 2000 series. Today, we are looking at giant monster games. Specifically giant monster games. Kaiju. Gigantic woman. It's all here. So I'm going to be looking at some, like I said, giant monster games. So there's 4 in total. 3 of which basically are part of the Earth Defense Force series. And one of them is a standalone, and it's a very strange one at that. But yeah, it's some fun playing these. So let's dive right into some giant monster games in the Simple 2000. To think that would be a theme within the Simple 2000 series, right? All right, let's go. First up, we have Monster Attack, what you could say is the original Earth Defense Force game. Back when it wasn't referred to as Earth Defense Force, at least I don't think so. So yeah, this is developed by Sandlot, and it's a giant monster game where these giant insect aliens come and try and invade Earth, and that's the game. That's literally the game. So you've got these giant monster ants, just one type of the insect that can attack. You get like giant spiders and other giant shit that's coming to invade Earth. And yeah, basically you're a part of the like the global defense force or whatever, the EDSF or whatever it is, Earth Defense Force. And or I think it's Earth Defense Special Forces or something, I don't know, fucking know. And you go around and you have to kill these giant ants, giant insects. And yeah, you got a lot of different weapons you can use. There's some vehicles you can use as well. It's basically just like a sandbox city, just where pretty much all the buildings are destructible. And yeah, you could just blow the absolute living shit out of the ants. It's a lot of fun. And I know you may be thinking, oh, this footage is stuttering a little bit. Nah, it's just how it came out, unfortunately. I didn't have any issues playing it on the emulator. So, and that's just how it is. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Next up is Demolition Girl, the only game that's not a part of the Earth Defense Force games out of this collection. So basically, what happens is some model basically gets bitten by an alien and then goes gigantic. And I'm not even joking, right? That's what happens. Some girl who was doing a photo shoot in a bikini, because she's a model, right? She basically gets bitten by an alien and becomes gigantic because of it. And it's really strange because, like, so you play as like the military, the Japanese military, going around trying to subdue this like giant woman walking around. Like in this first mission, you're trying to get her measurements, her hip data, her bust data, her ass data, head data. And I can understand, yeah, you need a good idea of how big the woman is, you know, what kind of to get a scale of the destruction she could cause. But it makes me laugh. It's like, does she go brain dead when she gets big like this? Because she just kind of like roams around, skips about, and like, not even like, no, she doesn't even try to talk to you or anything. It's really weird. And in case you're wondering, the helicopter controls are dog shit. They really are. They're fucking horrible. They're some of the worst helicopter controls I've fucking seen. The helicopter moves really slowly, which I guess if you're like in close combat, it's kind of realistic. But then again, maybe not have the game like, here, look, I get smacked because she just decides to suddenly run at me, and I can't, unfortunately, move the helicopter out the way in time because the helicopter doesn't have that maneuverability. But yeah, strange game, very strange game. I don't get it. You know, I guess, you know, for a funny concept, fine. But besides that, nothing. I wouldn't say it's particularly a fun game to play. Next up is Global Defense Force, the sequel to Monster Attack, and in case you're wondering, it's more of the same. That's literally what it is. It is literally more of the same. Like, when I was playing this, I was thinking to myself, this plays pretty much identically to the previous game. And I don't know if that's something that's common amongst the Earth Defense Force games. I haven't played any Earth Defense Force games before I played this one, so I couldn't say. But look at the footage. You could say it's the same footage as Monster Attack. You probably could. I know there's no stuttering this time, which is good. But you could say it's exactly the same. The mission starts out with you shooting more ants. So, and it plays pretty much identically to Monster Attack. What's the story this time around? Basically, they defeat the aliens in the first one, and that's not a spoiler. That's what you get told at the beginning of this game. They defeated the aliens in the last game, and basically a year later, the aliens come back and say, "Hey, it's time for round 2." That's basically what it is. That's basically what happens. Yeah, so you still get destructible buildings. Maybe the building destruction effects are slightly better this time around. I love that in the emulator it just kind of falls through the floor. It looks like it's buildings falling through the floor, which is kind of amusing. But yeah, it still plays pretty much the same as Monster Attack, if I'll be honest. And here we have the final game of this collection, Global Defense Force Tactics. And yeah, I know, look at it. I know, we've got a 2D map. It's basically like Advance Wars. I'm not even joking. You know, they gave me some real Advance Wars vibes. I know some people might go, it probably plays like, I don't know, Fire Emblem or something. Because I think Fire Emblem plays like this. I don't know, I haven't played any Fire Emblem games. But I do remember Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance, and this plays very similar to that. So basically, it's like it's a turn-based strategy where you have each of these little hexagonal squares that a character can occupy, and you move your characters around trying to defend certain like other squares. Let's just say squares, other squares, which could contain like a reinforcements or headquarters or something. Well, the enemy tries to destroy them, you try to destroy their headquarters, etc., etc. And as you can see, you got my guys, you got loads of different types of units, and you're just fighting up against different insects. As you can see, you've got a little, like, cutscene you can see, similar to me, like, it reminds me of, like, Duelist of the Roses, kind of. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, where you could see the cards attack each other. And same as this, you can literally attack an enemy, and you can watch your guy shoot the enemy, and the enemy attack you back. It's kind of amusing, actually. And I spent probably a little bit too long with this game than I did with the other games. But I just enjoy these types of games. You know, I had real big Advance Wars nostalgia when I was playing this, so I was like, maybe I'd be interested in giving it another go somewhere along the line. But yeah, it's pretty basic game in terms of, I guess, strategy game. Pretty easy to get a hold of and get to know what you're doing without reading any instructions. So yeah, there's a benefit there. Not too bad all round. That's it. I know this video is a bit shorter than the usual. It's a little bit shorter, but that's it. You know, there's only 4 games to talk about, so there we go. Yeah, I enjoyed playing through these 4 games to some degree. I'd say the worst one of the collection is Demolition Girl. I don't know. Some people like it because it's a bit memey. You know what I mean? A bit meme-worthy. And it's a strange game, isn't it? You gotta think about, like, you know, you're basically the Japanese military trying to destroy a gigantic bikini-clad woman. It's really weird, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you go, well, that's typical Japan. So there's a bit of an amusement from that, but the game doesn't play very well, you know. On the other hand, you have the Earth Defense Force games, and they're okay, you know. My favorite was Tactics, just gonna say. You know, the other games were okay, just, you know, just shooting bugs, whatever. Anyway, I've been Bio. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know if you played any of these games before. You know, I care more about comments than I do about likes and subscribes. So, let me know. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.